Don't ask about my attire, darling. I'm just here to spread the wisdom. Hi everyone, I'm Kaya and I run the platform Femme Fatale Gals. So this video today has been inspired by a little ranty rant I had on the social media about demanding more for ourselves. You know it's serious when she's clapping. And I am clapping. We must demand more for ourselves. If only I had known this sooner. I wrote a series of Instagram messages today, basically talking about how we must demand more for ourselves, and I got so many amazing messages from people who I don't even know, and so many great conversations in my DMs were started by it, and so I just thought that I would sit down and film a video today. So that's what I'm doing tonight. So let's get into it. So many times in life we settle. We're taught that it's okay to settle as a society. Our parents tell us that we should settle because they've settled and their parents have told them that they should settle, and we go to schools and they tell us that we should settle, and then we go to these jobs that pay us really poorly and they tell us that we should settle, and that's what's normal. And we don't, well, most of us don't even really question it. We get into these relationships and basically all our demands, all of our priorities become pushed to the side because we think, okay, well that's the fair trade for love. That's what I thought, but that is not the way that life has to be, sunshine. That is not the way that life has to be, and I'm so glad that I've realised that now, because it's kind of like a little secret that people don't want you to know, because as soon as you know your worth and as soon as you decide your worth, people get so angry. They'll be like,
what? Like, oh my god, you're switching up on me, oh my god, like,
But also they can't really say anything, because once you realise your worth, it's just over for these bitches. Sorry, I'm coming with an attitude today because I am passionate. But yeah, in relationships, for example, how many of us have a list of priorities or things that you think about? What a relationship is. It's really a partnership, right? Someone that you want to spend or share life experiences with. And so many of us, because we don't think that we are worthy of love, when someone offers us literally breadcrumbs, we will literally throw away any, sorry plant, but we will literally, yeah, like abuse the plant like that. But so many of us will literally throw away our needs, throw away our wants, throw away things that are our priorities, just to have breadcrumbs of love. That is not what we should be doing. And most of us do it because we are afraid to be alone. We don't think we can have more than that. I see so many friends in unfulfilling relationships, unfulfilling jobs, unfulfilling life situations, and because that they don't know that they can have more, or they're afraid that this is the best it can get for them, they'll just take shit and feel bad for the majority of time and go through these waves, and things never really change, especially if you're with someone who knows that you won't demand more for yourself. They will continue to abuse you and continue to take advantage of you and basically corrupt your compassion. And so it's not about being compassionate to others, it's about being compassionate to ourselves, and it's about standing up and demanding more for ourselves, because I'm out of focus. Are we back? Yeah. But yeah, it's about standing up and demanding more for ourselves, because it is our absolute birthright to experience love, to experience abundance, to experience freedom and joy. And anyone that tells you different is a really negative person and hasn't experienced any of those things. But as someone who used to be a really negative person and now someone who lives in this way of love and abundance and freedom and confidence, I can truly say that it really is possible. We set the standard for how people treat us. People meet us, and if we have low self-esteem, if someone compliments us and we go, oh no, 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 if we bend over backwards for other people, then they are storing that in their memory of how they can treat you further on down the line. And most of us are so too busy being compassionate and nice that further on down the line, we get stuck and we go, oh, actually, this isn't a really nice situation. And we just think, oh, well, you know, this is just what life's like. No, that is not what life's like. That is what your life is like, because that is what you are choosing. Sorry, that might trigger some people, but it is the truth. If you choose to stay in situations that keep you down, keep you broke, keep you unfulfilled, what can you expect? That is your life experience. If you choose to actively commit to asking for more from life, more from people, and more from yourself, that is what you will get. And I can completely guarantee that, because that's what happened to me. I got rid of relationships, people, things, jobs, weight, like just loads of things that I was like, this isn't serving me anymore, I want more. And everyone was like, ha, Kaya, who do you think you are asking for more? Who do you think you are cutting me off? Who do you think you are leaving this job? Who do you think you are asking me for this much money? And I was like, I think I am Kaya Job, and this is what I want, and if you don't give it to me, that's fine, I'll go find it from somewhere else. And that's exactly what I did. Even in terms of jobs, so many of us are just willing to ride the wave for a stable paycheck, which of course is extremely important, but we don't even dream about making more. We just expect that this standard wage per hour is what we can have, but it's not. I mean, I've been looking at, well, I don't even call it luck, because I've gone and put myself in situations where I've demanded more for myself. From one job of being paid like £5 an hour, which I loved, but you can't, to more. And then I jumped up and I got an opportunity where someone said, you make the budget. So I was like, oh, I make the budget? And in that moment, I had to decide how much I was worth. And I was really nervous, and it was a complete learning experience, because I thought, well, this is how much I would like to make, and this is how much I think I should make, but I don't feel like I can ask for it. And then I went back and forwards with myself, and I just thought, what's the worst that can happen? If you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't ask, you don't get. So I said, this is how much I want to be paid, and honey, that money was in my bank. And after that experience, I was like, okay, I'm always going to demand more for myself now. Because if you don't, this is the thing, most of us don't even know that we can ask. And so I was speaking to my friend Louis, shout out to Louis, who replied to my story, and we had a massive conversation. And he made a really good point of that is, when you're in a friendship group, most people, you've got the people who are really ambitious and those that aren't. But it really helps to be the people that, if you're the person that's ambitious, don't be embarrassed, because what you do actually is show every single other person around you that they can do it too. I think a lot of people want to do these things for themselves, but they're just waiting for someone to tell them or to show them that they can and it's possible, because leaping I've got so many teeth. But leaping into the unknown is so scary for so many people, and of course it's because we're leaping into something we don't know and we like being comfortable. But change, growth, miracles and manifestations happen outside of your comfort zone. What is your comfort zone doing for you, really? I mean, we all love a comfort zone in some aspects of life, but in others you want to be growing, you want to be more than who you are yesterday. If you're stagnant, that isn't a good thing. Like, life is supposed to be lived. Look at all of the marvelous things that we can do on planet Earth. Don't you want to do them all before you die? Because at the end of the day, we are going to die. So take a risk and do something out of your comfort zone. Yeah. When it comes to relationships, demand more for yourself. Don't settle. So many people will not settle because they're afraid to be alone, but oh my God, I think from my experience, being alone is so much better than being with someone who drains your energy, drains your finances, like drains your self-esteem, is horrible to you, treats you like the housemaid, like what the fuck. Be on your own, it's so much better, and raise those standards high. And if all of these people can't meet your standards, good, because you don't want them. You want someone that's up here. And if you're down here, only accepting things down here, you're going to miss out on this person who is willing to give you that. And in going this high, you realize you don't really even need a person anyway, because you have everything to give to yourself, and you'll be so glad that you didn't settle for the scraps that other people were trying to give you. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many situations I've been in where I've literally been like, are you gonna change? Like, is this gonna get better? Like, this is just so lame, I don't like it at all. And I've thought like, oh, I'll just stick around to see if it changes. It never does. It never does. If someone on first try, on first chance, can't be bothered to treat you properly, they're not gonna wanna do it in a year. Don't wait to see if they change. Just leave and you'll be so much happier. It doesn't matter how good everything else is. Get out of there, honey. And just think about all the opportunities, not just in relationships, but in life that you could be that you are missing whilst keeping your head buried in something that is no longer serving you. All of the job opportunities, all of the marvelous things. I've said marvelous too many times in this video. All of the marvelous things to see. Apparently marvelous is my new favorite word. But all of the wonderful opportunities that you could experience if you just let go of what no longer serves you. So yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna look at my phone for notes and we'll come back. If you don't feel worthy of the life of your dreams, if you don't feel worthy of that relationship, if you don't feel worthy of that dream job, that is perfectly okay, and it is perfectly, sorry, I keep looking at the camera, see if I'm in focus. It is perfectly normal and fine, because the way that we've been conditioned by society is to, you know, feel unworthy. Everything is just shoved on us, and we're completely torn down of who we are. That's the way society is set up. So if you don't feel worthy of everything that I'm talking of, that is fine. It took me probably a year from when I first started filming these kind of videos and starting Femme. It took me a good year of therapy, of self-healing, of crying, of being in these kind of horrible relationships, of being in these toxic friendships, all of these things. And it took practice. It took saying no a few times and like having your voice shake when you say it. It takes a lot of practice. So don't be hard on yourself if you're not there yet, but take the steps first to practice gaining your self-esteem, boosting your self-esteem and boosting your self-confidence so that you can demand more for yourself. Because if you don't have high self-esteem, you won't demand more for yourself because you won't believe that you deserve it. And so maybe just today, sit down and make the commitment to feeling better about yourself so that you can ask for more. I like to practice positive affirmations. There's so many on YouTube. And I guess in the law of attraction, they say fake it to make it, but it isn't really about faking it, but it's more acting as if. So in those times where, you know, I use the example of the money, I didn't feel worthy of what I was asking for, but I wanted it. And so I acted as if I was worthy by asking for it, and I got it. And so act as if you are worthy of what you want. Even if you have to trick yourself, even if you don't believe it, tell others that you are, and they will act accordingly, because you set the example for how you want other people to treat you. And so if you're beating yourself up, if you're telling yourself that you're ugly, if you're telling yourself that you're worthless, don't be surprised when the rest of the world treats you accordingly. But if you're glowing up, if you're working on yourself, if you make time and commitments to your dreams, and you put that time and dedication in, don't be surprised when the rest of the world starts reflecting that back to you. I think that's all I wanted to say on this topic today. Sorry, that energy that was flying out of me was intense. But yeah, I ranted on social media and so many people said that they liked what I said. They were like, oh my God, praise girl. So I was just like, oh, okay, I will. And I made this video and hopefully you can share it around and it can live there forever, not just for 24 hours, honest story. But yeah, don't be afraid to demand more for yourself. Your reality is up to you. Your reality is in your control and it is completely what you make it. So take the steps and take the time because it's the best and biggest investment that you will ever make. Put that time and effort into changing how you feel about yourself. Put that time and effort into changing your mindset. Put that time and effort into you, into your hobbies, into your projects instead of people and places and things that you don't even like that much or don't make. If something doesn't make you feel good, you don't have to keep it. If you don't like a job, it doesn't matter if it's great or not. You don't have to stay there. Find something else that you like. If you don't like your boyfriend or girlfriend and they treat you like shit most of the time, get another one. All this love, people will go, but I love them. But he loves me. Why does the person that you love treat you like shit all of the time? That is not what I think love is. Or why does, you can love people from afar. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a heart attack when I think about these things. I could literally rant all day long, but I won't because I don't want to disturb my neighbours. The walls aren't that thick. What the fuck? Thanks for watching. Let me know if you would like me to discuss any more topics because I'm pretty open and I'm happy to rant about anything. As many people that follow Femme know, I rant all day long because I just don't like social injustice, okay? Okay, see ya. Bye. Love ya. Stay safe during quarantine, people.